Hello, welcome to another week. We're going to get right into the thick of it in just a moment's time. This week, we are moving on from positivism, not positivism, classicism, which was our content last week. And we're starting to immediately get into a much more scientific era with the introduction of the positivisms. And we're starting with biological. So for the next couple of weeks, including this week, I'm going to be sort of fixated on this early emergence of scientific methodologies and its application to what was an emergent field of sociology, and as a byproduct then, as a pocket of sociology, criminology and criminal behavior. And one of the more logical places to start is with the biological strand, or at least that's the way that I'm going to present it. So again, I'm not going to waste much time. I'm just going to get into it. We begin with the emergence, I suppose. Let me just mess about with my screen a little bit more. There we go. I like this view most. I don't like being tucked away down here. I'm going to stick myself here. So the positivisms, as I'm going to get into, there's a little bit of an overlap here with what is the emergence of the how biology, psychology, and more environmental factors came to be significant considerations for the field of criminology, for the subject of criminology, for the study of criminal behavior. There's a little bit of overlap in terms of how they came about to be considerations in criminology to begin with. So this week, next week, and potentially even the week after, we're kind of situated in a similar era, in a similar time frame, because they all kind of come about at the same time through this adoption of what I'm going to get into, scientific research methodologies. So by this point, I am posting again a little bit later this week than what I would like. Or at least I'm posting these videos a bit later this week than what I would like. By this point, I've already posted and released 3 articles based on this topic of biological positivism. So I do urge you to, as likely paid subscribers, to get caught up on those articles if you can, because they're all very much on this theme. And I will have I say this now, I probably will keep to it. So I'm going to release 2 videos again this week, this being one of them, and a second on a little bit more of a forensic application of biological, biopsychological approaches to the investigation of crime. Quite introductory, but nevertheless interesting. So I'm more than likely going to record and post that for you. Just for, I don't know why, I don't know if this is useful, but as of, I like to just say the date of when I'm recording these. You may well be watching this at a much later time, but I am recording on July 18th, 2025. I don't know, again, if that's going to be any way useful to anybody, but at times it might well be. And last week, we were very much considering one of the earliest kind of shifts or developments in criminology with classical criminology. Now, I'm not going to go through all of this in any great detail. That is last week's. It's there for you. Go back if you haven't and have a butch at the content that was released then. But it was a school of thought that emerged during the Enlightenment era. So we're talking about, the 1700s, the mid to the late 1700s. And there was this great shift away from, not entirely, it wasn't as if everybody just stopped believing in religion and had a religious affiliation. That's not what we're saying. What we're saying is that for arguably, one of the first times we saw this great